Welcome to the Top Gun Show. Today we have Trey Anderson, who is the lead Unified Communications evangelist for TPX Communications. The Treyminator, as he is so well known,
Right?
received a Bachelor of Science degree from the University of Oklahoma in pre-med and
Right.
studied neuroscience at the University of Texas in Dallas.
Don't let
So,
that fool you.
Trey, you must be like one of the smartest guys in our company, huh?
I wouldn't put a lot of money on that bet, Steve.
Okay. Let's talk about the name the Treyminator. Where'd you get that nickname?
So I get asked that a lot. In a former life, I was another type of evangelist. I was actually a youth minister. And my kids back in the day called me the Treyminator. So back at the advent of Gmail, way back in 2004, it just seemed like a great idea. And so it became my email address, Treyminator at Gmail, and it's just kind of gone on from there. So that's where it came from.
So, okay, I was thinking the WWE. I thought maybe that was your background. So I'm glad.
That was my backup plan. If youth minister didn't work out, that was my backup plan
Right
for sure.
on, right on. So hey, you're our UCX evangelist.
Yes,
As you know, it's an extremely crowded field on the UC side of things.
it
Tell
is.
the viewers a little bit about TPX and why we're better or different from the plethora of other UCAS providers.
Sure. And as you can imagine, talking around the country, or at least we used to talk around the country, now just talking on these, get asked that question a lot. I mean, TPX is the nation's leading managed service provider. And whether it be unified communication, managed firewall, endpoint security, Office 365, there's a lot of different flavors that we can introduce to our customers, right? And the question of why our UCAS is better, it kind of a little tongue in cheek at the first when I say this, please know that that's exactly what that is that we're not different from everybody else that's out there. If you look at the features, presence, call pool, we all have our little flavors, but in the end of the day, most unified communications is the same. However, my big caveat to that is what makes us different is the network that we put and built behind our unified communications platform. So we run it over our own network, our own SD-WAN gateways. We have a lot of control over things that most UCAS providers have no control over. And that's what really sets us apart. So even though the features and different things, the bells and whistles may be very, very similar to everybody else, the network that we've built behind our unified communications platform is second to none, and it's why we can do our 100% network uptime guarantee.
100% network SLA. That's incredible. Yeah,
Absolutely.
well, so maybe that's the answer to the next question. I was going to say, what's the one thing that you want to tell buyers or someone who's considering moving from an off-prem PBX to a hosted system?
Sure. So if what we're going through right now didn't get everybody's attention, I don't know of anything that will. As I travel around and speak to organizations, I used to get about a 50% hand raise rate when I ask the questions, who's taking advantage of unified communications? And I expect that number to go up significantly, obviously, the next time that I get to travel. And we will get back to whatever we're going to call normal. But what I would want the decision makers and everybody else in the field to know is that you better have this solution nailed down tight for the next time. Everybody gets a pass this first time, right? Oh, we didn't know this could happen. We didn't know that everything could get shut down. Everything now, that's not an option anymore. And so the decision makers need to know they need to have a company behind them that can offer a comprehensive solution, not just unified communications, but it better have security. It better have firewalls. It better have Office 365. Everything they're going to need, what they expect to have behind their brick and mortar locations now, they should expect from a provider coming in, walking in the door to be able to provide so that the experience for their employees is exactly the same, whether they're sitting in a home office like I am today, or they're sitting behind a desk in a brick and mortar location. So that's what they need to know today, Steve.
Well, that's just so well said, Trey. I appreciate that, and I'm really glad your name fits you. You are a UCX evangelist. I mean,
Thank you.
so I'm so privileged to work with you. So hey, you know that we always end the show, the Top Gun show, with something personal, but not too personal. because there are millions and millions of people watching this right now.
Absolutely.
So,
I'm a little nervous because I know how many millions of people are watching this, Steve.
it goes up every day.
Yeah.
Share with the viewers a little known fact about Trey Anderson.
So, when I grow up, what I would like to become is a New York Times bestselling author and global keynote speaker. Someday when I grow up, I started a podcast during all this, by the way. Encouragement starts here. I focus a lot of my time on encouraging my teams and trying to give them little tips and tricks and things that can separate themselves from the competition. And I'd like to be able to do that on a global scale. So when people ask me, what do you want to be when you grow up? That's my answer. I would love to be someday, somewhere out in the future, a best-selling author. I'm in the process of writing a book, as well as a global keynote speaker, and be able to travel around the world and share encouragement with whoever will listen.
That's a pretty lofty goal there, but if anybody
That's
can do
how
it,
I
man,
roll,
I know you
Steve.
can.
Gotta go big or go home.
I know you can do it, man. I think that's incredible. And when I grow up, I want to be the Stevenator. I've got to trademark that somehow.
I like it. That would fit you very well, my friend.
Well, hey, thanks for being on the show today, Trey. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for having me on, Steve. This is awesome. I feel like now I can actually say, when people ask you, have you arrived yet? I said, yes, I have, because I've been on the Top Gun show.
Boom. All right, everyone. Thanks for watching.
Thanks, guys.